Good day everyone, I'm Johnny M. Tumangan, and for today, me and my groupmates will be discuss to you the taxation. Do you have an idea what is taxation? Well anyway, according to Investopedia, taxation is a term for when taxing authority, usually a government, levies or insists a tax. The term of taxation asks for all types of involuntary levies, from income to capital gains to country tax. By the taxation is required or mandatory to everyone, even you are not agreed with that, and money will be allotted to the country. Also, here are the list of different periodization in terms of taxation in the country. The first one is the Precolonial Period. The secondly is the Spanish Colonization. Third is the American Period. Fourth is the Japanese occupation. Let's totally begin the discussion. The Precolonial Period. In the period, in the Philippines has no government, but there's smallest political unit that lead in a small town and that called a barangay. Filipino paid their taxes to their tax collector and to be protected to their dato, and they called it buwis or handog. There are also three classes of pre-colonial Visayan social structure. The first one is tumao or noble rank. They called it now a royal family, the blood related with dato. The second one is timawa, the warrior class, the third rank of nobility. They could require any jobs they want and pick their wives. And they can also acquire an alipin, but they also are required to pay their taxes and to support the Maginoo class. They are the only class who paid their taxes and hence their importance in the community. The last one is oripon, or the slaves and the commoners. They render service to the tumao and timawa for debts and favor. The alipin, they could make money for their services, even though it's a job, but in this period of time, being a slave is a worst nightmare of everyone, given that if you are already a slave, it's like a sin, but you will carry it forever. Also, the slaves, they don't require to pay taxes.
Spanish colonization. Men within the age of 16 to 60 years old were required to labor in the community for 40 days, and that is called polo y servicio. The term polo y servicio is forced labor or sapilitang paggawa in Tagalog. In other words, is equated to slavery. But all rich Filipinos annually paid the falla, a sum of amounting to 7 pesos in order to be exempt from forced labor. The next is the Bandala system. The Bandala system was a system implemented by the Spanish authorities in the Philippines that required native Filipino farmers to sell their goods to the government. Next is encomienda system. Was a Spanish labor system that rewarded conqueror with the labor of particular group of conquered. The example of encomienda system, King Philip II distributed the lands in Cebu, and encomenderos is called to the collector of the taxes in their assigned areas. Next is tribute or buwis, could be paid in cash or in kind. By 1884, the tribute was replaced by the cedula personal, wherein colonists were required to pay for personal identification. American Period. Commonwealth Act number 465, an act to impose a residence tax or cedula, which cost 50 centavos. In 1902, the first civil government was created under William Taft. The Reorganization Act number 1189, an act authorizing the President of the Republic of the Philippines to enter into trade agreement with other countries for a limited period for their purposes. which created the Bureau of Internal Revenue, or BIR. The first reorganization of the BIR during the term of Collector William T. Holding created 8 divisions, and these are accounting, cash, clerical, inspections, law, real estate, license, and records. In May 1921, the real estate, license, and cash divisions were transferred to the city of Manila, leaving the Bureau with the 5 divisions: administrative, law, accounting, income tax, and inspection. Japanese occupation. The Japanese occupation of the Philippines occurred between 1942 and 1945, when Imperial Japan occupied the Commonwealth of the Philippines during World War II. When World War II broke out, BIR was combined with the Customs Office, which was headed by the Director of the Customs and Internal Revenue. And Japanese issue a set of new money because of its very low value as caused by severe inflations. The set of new money became known as the Mickey Mouse. Next is in 1943, Japanese imposed a war tax on all Jews residing in the country.